G'day everyone and welcome back. Today I'd like to have a quick chat about a new movie that's come out called In the Lost Lands. Now, let's have a quick chat about this bad boy and get stuck into it.
The world you know is gone, consumed by the flames of a great war long ago.
Alrighty guys, today we're having a chat about the new In the Lost Lands made in 2025, directed by Paul W.S. Anderson. Now this movie happens to be a short story from a book written by George R.R. Martin. Now everyone would know him from, of course, the Game of Thrones series. Now as well, the movie stars Milla Jovovich and Dave Bautista. Now Milla Jovovich's character, she's playing like a witch in a new apocalyptic world. It was a bit weird, and Dave Bautista's playing a hunter in the new apocalyptic world. Now, the first visions I got when I first seen this movie, I was like, wow, they sort of couldn't, decide where they wanted to go with this, because it sort of looked like a cross between the old movie Priest, Mad Max, and a bit of Fallout crossed in with, I think the guns looked a bit like Fallout, that's for sure. Just like to say thank you to all my subscribers for liking and watching my videos, and anyone new watching, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's continue on with this video. Now, normally, as I like to say, I don't really like to blast movies that much, but this one, after watching it last night, was a little bit of a joke. Wasn't as bad as Borderlands, I will definitely admit that, but it wasn't far off, that's for sure. Now, a little bit of the plot, it's a, apocalyptic dystopian future where the church sort of rules over everything after apparently bombs rain from the sky, which, would think, well, that's nuclear war, of course. And then the church is taken over, and there's only one city that's left that survived in the whole land. Otherwise, everything else is classed as the Lost Lands. And in these Lost Lands, apparently there's creatures, demons, all sorts of things that you really don't want to mess with. So most of the time, everyone stays in the city and under the power of the church, which isn't really that good from the first scenes that you get to see of the movie. Now, Milla Jovovich's character in this one, she does play a witch, which has got some pretty cool powers that you don't really get to see till, I guess, right at the end, which is a bit like, well, if you had all these powers, why didn't you use them at the start? But yeah, her role in it is pretty much she's a witch that takes or really grants wishes to people, and she really can't refuse them because I guess that's her clause as being a witch and having her powers. Now, she gets a wish from the queen of the city who's, trying to do some dark and nefarious things, not really the best, to go out and find her a shapeshifter because she wants to be able to shapeshift. So, of course, the witch has to accept she has to accept the wish and go out and find this shapeshifter. And then that's when she decides she needs a hunter for the Lost Lands to take her through to guide her. And that's when you fall into Dave Bautista's role as the hunter. And after she finds Dave Bautista the hunter, that's when they set off for their mission into the Lost Lands to, of course, gather this shapeshifter for the Queen of the City. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some pretty cool action scenes in this, and the visual effects aren't that bad compared to some of the movies that have come out recently. But it's like the story was a bit too twisted. Like, it didn't actually have a main, end goal by the end of it. Like, there was too many twists, just really weird things happening where it shouldn't be happening. And then one of the biggest things was the witch and the hunter, of course, eventually, because the story's a bit predictable, eventually get together. But in that whole movie, the two actors did not have any chemistry, or didn't actually even feel at any part of the movie other than, well, of course, you knew it was going to happen, that these two were going to end up together. And it was just the weirdest thing in the end to see how they got together. Alright, there are some good points in this movie that are, well, the dystopian landscape that they have looks really cool, as well as the city. They put a little bit of detail into the city, especially when you actually look at it carefully. Like, there are a lot of crosses and stuff like that around. But if you look real carefully, like at the front of it, there's a big skull, and that's pretty cool, but weird that the church would do that to, obviously, the front of their city. Some of the fight scenes with Milla Jovovich was really cool, especially she's got like these little scythe looking weapons, which is, yeah, pretty handy with by the end of the movie that you get to see her with. And not being an actor myself, but Dave Bautista. Sorry to say to him, but every time I see him act, all I can remember him as Drax the Destroyer. Even though he is getting a little bit better, he seems to just sort of portray the same sort of theme throughout his movies that he gets. Even though this one was a little bit different, it was pretty cool to see him in, but again, I didn't feel that there was much chemistry between the two for the movie to actually make it, as well as the storyline just didn't really fit to me. There was too many twists and turns, and they really like to portray in this one how evil the church is, which, not saying they are or they're not, but, that's for everyone else to decide, that's for sure. So yeah, guys, apart from realistically the action, the storyline wasn't really there, as well as it just really feel like when you're watching Milla Jovovich in this, that she's just really progressed her character from Resident Evil as well to In the Lands of the Lost. Like, you just have to go out and watch it for yourself, just check it out and have your own opinion about it. But myself, I definitely wouldn't be going and watching this one again. Only thing that kept me was the action. I guess, yeah, the thought of what she was going to fight at the end of it, which you'll get to see. And yeah, that fight was pretty cool, but again, a little bit predictable by the time you got there. So definitely go out and check that one out if you want, guys. I'm not going to say go out and 100% watch it, but if you do get a chance, maybe just watch it on the fly if you don't have anything else to watch. Alrighty, that's it for me today, guys. Just like to say thank you to all my old subs for liking and watching my videos. I hit 800 subscribers the other day. That's a very good achievement with me, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without you guys. Anyone that's new that's watching that's made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have anything you want to chat about, anything about the movie, if you have seen it, leave it in the comments and I'll definitely get back to you about it. And as usual, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.